Hello! Welcome back to Harry Has a Cocktail, the show where I make a cocktail and then drink it. Episode 20. Today, I got a real quick one for you. A Gold Rush, which is a version of a whiskey sour, a drink that I don't usually drink. A little bit of history here on the whiskey sour, and you'll see why maybe I don't drink this drink. And perhaps you don't either. I'm reading once again from my 3-ingredient cocktail book by Robert Simonson. I can't get enough of this book. I just love the pretty pictures. Gold Rush. The whiskey sour can't catch a break. It had its heyday back in the late 1800s when people couldn't get enough of it, but that was the last time it was trendy. Since then, it has been one of the last kids to be picked for the team. Even during the cocktail renaissance of the last 20 years, it has enjoyed a Rodney Dangerfield existence at best. I don't get no respect. I can't do a Rodney Dangerfield, so I'm not even going to try. There's a really famous drink historian, David Wondrich, who wrote this review of the whiskey sour in Esquire. He called it the fried egg sandwich of American mixology. Simple, dull, reliable in a pinch. It's nourishing, all right, but not a drink for cocktail time, that hour of luminous blue when the more decorative and flush sectors of civilization exchange witticisms over icy glasses of invigorating drink. Then you want gin, vermouth, or some combination of the two. Or, of course, a Manhattan, something dressy. This, the cocktail in its undershirt. Ouch. Obviously, this drink has suffered a lot of abuse over the years. I guess it's not very popular anymore. There are a lot of different recipes, but this one is called a Gold Rush that was invented by T.J. Siegel in 2001. A whiskey sour rendered silky and vicious by the addition of viscous, not vicious, by the addition of honey syrup. This drink was a mainstay during the early years of the New York bar Milk and Honey. It has since become a modern classic, now served worldwide. And here in New York City in my apartment on my show. So, I don't think I have any... Do I have any interesting stories to tell you? No, I don't really have any interesting stories to tell you this week, so I'm going to cut right to the drink. Here are the ingredients in a Gold Rush. Bourbon, lemon juice, and honey syrup, which I will explain a little bit later. 3 simple ingredients of the 3-ingredient cocktail book. I like to keep it simple. The bourbon I'm going to use is called Black Dirt. It's aged 3 years, and it's a New York straight bourbon whiskey. I had this last week. Somebody bought this for Sean as a gift, and we are now drinking it. So thank you, whoever bought this. It's the name is not coming to me. Who bought this for us? I need my reading glasses. Hello. Black Dirt takes its name from the dark, fertile soil left by an ancient glacial lake that once covered thousands of acres of upstate New York. Perfectly suited for growing crops such as corn, this black dirt had never been used for bourbon production until Black Dirt Distillery was born. Awesome. Yeah, and it's really good. It has kind of a little bit of a spiciness to it, which I really like. So, first we are going to fill our cocktail shaker with ice. Next, I'm going to make my lemon juice. And now listen, you have seen me on the program here, you've seen me use the bottled lemon juice. I gotta say, I kind of regret that a little bit. I'm realizing, every time I make a drink now with my lemons, and I've been making a lot of drinks recently with lemons because it's summer, they're not as good. The drinks are not as good with that bottled lemon juice stuff, so always try to use fresh if you can. I'm backtracking on some stuff I might have said, way back in episode 3 or 4 or something, but now in episode 20, I've matured, and I want to use fresh lemon juice from now on. And look at this nifty thing I got. I'm sure you guys know what this is. It's basically just a lemon squeezer, but it makes the production of lemon juice really easy. So get yourself one of these. I got mine at Bed Bath & Beyond. Let's get right to it, shall we? 2 ounces of bourbon. 1. I spilled a little bit. Precious, precious bourbon. 2. 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. And finally, this is rich honey syrup, which is a ratio of 3:1 honey to water. If you're gonna make a bunch, you could take a whole cup of honey and then a 1/3 cup of water in a saucepan on the stove. But I just went ahead and did 1 ounce of honey to 1/3 of an ounce of water and then put it in here in the microwave, and then I mixed it, and now I have this. Is called rich honey syrup. And we're going to use 3/4 of an ounce of rich honey syrup. 3/4. And now you shake the crap out of it until it's cold. Okay, that was about 20 seconds. And here I have my rocks glass, and I'm going to use my rubber ice maker. I'm going to use 1 big piece of ice, and we're going to strain it over the 1 piece of ice. And there we go. This is the Gold Rush. And as you can see, it's quite gold. So let's taste it. Oh, wow, that's delicious. It has a really nice sweetness to it, but it's counterbalanced by the spiciness of the bourbon. This is definitely, I'm realizing a lot of times when people drink brown drinks, I tend to drink my brown drinks more in the wintertime. You can picture yourself sitting there in front of the fire with your brown bourbon or your rye or your whiskey, and you're sipping and maybe your cognac or something. This is a nice way of taking bourbon, the brown liquors, and making them kind of summery with the lemon juice and honey. And as you know, I'm not a huge fan of sweet drinks. This might actually be a little too sweet for me, to be perfectly honest, with the Gold Rush. So if you don't like your drinks too sweet, like me, I think the next time I make this, I might make this with honey syrup that's not rich honey syrup. A regular honey syrup is 1-to-1, 1 cup honey to 1 cup water. And the rich honey syrup was 3-to-1. I think I'd go with the 1-to-1 with this. You could probably also just use more bourbon. Of course, you could do that, but it depends on how drunk you want to get, I suppose, because it would make for a stronger drink. Use your best judgment, like I do. 3 ounces of bourbon, and still use the honey rich honey, the rich honey syrup. Rich honey. I love his work. Okay, so that's my tip. Thanks as always for checking out Harry Has a Cocktail. Here we are on episode 20. Can you believe it? Thank you so much for watching, and cheers. Hello! Thanks again for watching another episode of Harry Has a Cocktail. Right over here, is my face holding a cocktail shaker. If you haven't subscribed already, please click on that and subscribe, and you'll get a little notification every time I post a new video. Also, go ahead and like the video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, there's lots of other things to watch on YouTube. Thanks again for your support, and cheers.